Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And we're going to be putting together, well, doing the covers for the second accordion journal that I'm making to work in myself. I'm trying to get it as far as close to finished, at least the outline of it, before next week. I've got 1 week to go, 1 week today, till I go into hospital. And who knows how much I'll be able to do after that, so I certainly won't be filming. So I'm trying to get this one done, and hopefully I don't know if I'll have time to do the next 50 stack challenge. So I've already got next week's, the one that you'll see next week, so on the 8th, I've already filmed. Another one's been released today, so I'm hoping to film that for the week after. But that will be the last one, and I still don't know if I'm going to make it, so I may not. I will see. It's been a completely manic weekend and a manic morning so far. Things haven't gone as planned this morning. I've had no time at all to do, or virtually no time to do any preparation on this as I'd planned to. All I've managed to do is rub down the covers, which I should have done on the other journal, but I could not for the life of me find this thing, which is my my sanding block. I knew I had one at the back of a drawer somewhere, could not find it, and then after I'd finished the last journal I found it. It was at the back of a drawer, but I just couldn't see it anyway. So I have rubbed these down, and I have this morning very quickly and very roughly gone round the edges with some gold paint. Don't know what that's doing there, because I didn't really want this one to have red on it because of the colours. I wanted the gold to show. I'm hoping it will. I'll probably add, I don't know, there might be some trims and stuff to go on it. Who knows how it's going to end up. And if you remember, we're using this paper. Which one? This one, I think. Was it this one? No, this one. I have cut to more or less to size. I need to cut it down a bit more for the background. And then there was the other one that I made smaller. I don't know if you remember last week, I printed the one with the actual images on. I printed it smaller to fit within that to do another flip, because I rather like that on the first journal. When I went to get this out and put it all to sort of getting ready to do with the video, the piece that I'd cut out to go on top of this totally disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. I was just in meltdown by this time. I thought, oh no. You know, it'd taken me a while to get here with trying to get these painted and dried before I started, and I was trying to get some other things done. And I thought, I'm just going to have to reprint it. So I put it through to reprint, and it's jammed. The printer jammed. I tried to print a couple of times and eventually figured out that there was some paper jammed in it, and it was jammed so well I couldn't even get hold of it. So by this time I really was in meltdown. And so my husband very kindly made me a cup of coffee in my Nanosaurus mug that my grandson, I don't know if you can see it, it says Nanosaurus, like a normal Nana, but more rawsome. And I love that. So that's my, so I've got a coffee in that, and he came and unjammed my printer for me. So I have now printed the piece that I need. Let's just have a look. So it was this piece, if you remember, the Joy to the World. I just love this one. Printed it a bit smaller so it would fit within here, and I can then flip it out. So, and I wanted this to be the background because it's basically the same piece, a bit faded, but without all the extras on top, and I thought that would be quite nice on here. But, oh, I've got it, that's the back anyway, so stop looking at that one. I don't know, that would be a good start, wouldn't it? Print it on the wrong piece. So this is the front of my piece, and I'm just going to cut it down a bit. I think I'm just trying to decide which side I want to cut off. I'm going to cut it off on this side, and about here, and a little bit off the bottom about there. And then we've just got the gold showing, and it doesn't look fantastic, but this is for me, and I wanted the gold edge because, as you can see, the colours I think work better with a gold border than with the red. So I'm just going to take that off and just take this piece off. Let's get rid of those bits. So this video might be a bit chaotic. I'm a bit all over the place. I've been so busy this weekend. I've been fitting things in that I normally do all over December into one weekend. So I normally take one weekend to decorate the tree, and well, I've got a few trees, I have to admit. Decorate all the trees, put the other things up, put the lights around. I like a few twinkly lights around the house, and I usually take at least a weekend to do all that. But I've also been wrapping my presents, and I normally take a few days to do that, leading up to Christmas. And so I had one day of wrapping presents and one day of doing the decorations, and obviously not everything's done, but I've got quite a lot of things I've managed to do. So I'm going to glue that on, just so I've made a start. And then we'll work on the flip, whatever, you know, the bit on top. So I apologise if I'm a bit kind of, bit hyper. But I really wanted to get this done. I wanted to make this video. And we are going to our daughter this afternoon. She's off this week with Arlo. They're doing potty training. And I think she needed a bit of company, I think, this afternoon. So we're going to do that. So that's kind of why I'm trying to get this done this morning, to get finished so we can go, and I've got a reasonably clear conscience that I've done everything that I could do this morning. I have done my last finishing touches to the giveaway journal, and I'll be doing that video tomorrow before I go to Pilates. And then in the afternoon we have Alyssa, and then Wednesday I'm out all day. Thursday we've got Arlo, so that leaves me Friday, and I've got things going on Friday as well. Friday morning, I've got to go and have a blood test in preparation, before the surgery. So I've got to get over to the hospital and have that done. So with any luck, when I get back from that, I'll come back and do my 50 stack challenge video, and then that'll be me done. But I wanted to get it done because I love doing those. And I love being in my craft room, and I know I won't be able to for a while. I mean, hopefully not I won't be out of it for very long, but who knows? I don't know how I'll be. It's a fairly major op. It's a gynae procedure, in case you hadn't guessed. So I don't know don't know what to expect. I'm using this glue stick. I'm hoping it'll work with the arc glitter glue around the edges, because having given this a sand down, I'm hoping that'll give it a good key to glue it on. Let's see. Got to try and stay calm so I can get it on nice and straight and central. I'll go a little higher, I think. As long as I've got it well over to this side, because there's going to be, it'll be joined by the fabric on the other side, so it doesn't matter so much if that's this side doesn't look isn't completely covered, because I will be putting fabric down here to join it to the rest of the journal. So what I thought I will do is I will probably try and get the front cover joined to what I've done so far, but not join the back cover, so I can add pages as I need to. That's the idea, so I can just keep adding. And hopefully it doesn't get too out of hand. Okay, so we're there. I love that. So pin, quick slurp, keep on top of this. My husband keeps saying to me, now don't get stressed, calm down. Because I always get a bit like this at this time of year anyway. Get myself in a bit of a panic trying to get ready for Christmas, and that's when I've got all the time in the world. But because it's all been foreshortened this year, yeah, it just ramps up the stress a little bit. But I'm trying not to. And I think spending the afternoon with my little grandson, and him showing us how he can use the potty is going to be delightful and do me the world of good, I think. Right, okay, so I have this page, and what I'm going to do, I think because I don't want to lose these guys, I'm going to have to trim it off a bit down here. I think I did all this in the last video, but of course because I've had to reprint it, I really don't know how far across I took it. But what I do want to do, I don't want to lose Joy to the World, so I'll take it as close as I can to that. And we're going to bring it a bit in there like that. And then, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it to a piece of file folder, and I'm not even going to attempt to fold that over. I'm going to use fabric to attach it like I did end up having to do on the last one. So let's cut it there. It's all a bit suck it and see really, isn't it, on this, but I just want to get it done. I just need to get it done so I can start working in it, because we've already been doing Christmassy things. It's already, Christmas has started for us. We so what have we done? So I'm going to be using that possibly on the other side. That's going to go there. And I think I'm going to glue it onto this piece of file folder here. Yeah, so last Friday, so it's still November, was still November, it is now 1st of December. Last Friday we went out for a festive afternoon tea, just me and Richard, and it was yummy. I'm sitting there thinking, what am I doing? I need a glue book, that's what I need. Glue book. Oh, look at that, don't worry. You know, I bet at some point I'll suddenly find I've got the piece that I've lost attached to something. I know I'll come across it once I've done this video. I'll take this piece off, it's a bit sticky. Yeah, it was this lovely restaurant in a sort of barn place where they do, I think they do weddings there. It's a lovely venue, and all the afternoon tea pieces were all Christmas themed, which was absolutely delightful. And what I like is all the lovely savoury bits. I mean, there was one at sandwich, if you see what I mean, because usually you just get sandwiches, scones and cakes, most afternoon teas. But this one did more savoury bits, little, there was a little brioche bun, it looked like a burger, but with turkey and cranberry in it. And there was a little tiny, delicious little tartlet with caramelised onion and melted cheese on top. Oh, that was a yummy little bite. There was another piece of really nice, like a rye bread slice with smoked salmon. So yeah, it was quite luxurious and it was absolutely delicious. And then we had 2 different types of scones. One was gingerbread that flavoured, which I absolutely love ginger. So that was good. And then another one more of a standard fruit scone. Alright, let's see if we can get this on straight. No, it's not going on straight, so I need to bring it. I don't know whether it's the paper that's not straight or the file folder. It's probably the paper, so I'm just going to plonk it and then cut round it rather than trying to line it up. I think today plonking is the order of the day. Just get it down, get it on, cut round it. Right, I'm just trying to decide whether I want to put something around the edge. I think I might. Excuse my arm, I'm just grabbing my gold paint stick. I'm going to round the corners of the outside edge. I'll do it the way round that I can, with my left hand. That's how I'm used to doing it. I don't know why I was trying to do it the other way. And this way. That's it. And I'm just going to go round it with my bit of gold. Probably fairly haphazard, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't know whether I should have backed the other side first, maybe. This is one of those cheap packs of paint sticks I bought from the works quite a long time ago now. I'm not going to do this side because it will be covered with some fabric. Needless to say, I haven't even looked at the fabrics yet to decide what I'm going to use. In an ideal world, I would sew around this, but the situation is not ideal right now, so I'm not going to. Okay, so I have got that, and that is going to flip out. And what are we going to put on the other side? Because I will probably want to put a pocket. However, I could, rather than using him, gorgeous as he is, I would struggle to cover him up, so I might use him for something else. So I'm thinking I might use the other half of the slightly faded out, but of course it's not the smaller version. So I'm just wondering if I'm going to lose, how it's going to look if I mean, I don't think it matters too much if I lose a bit of that. I might just glue that on. And so I like it all, and actually this is the bit I really like down here. So I'll lose a bit of this, of the sunflower, sun, whatever it is, but I'll get a bit of it. So I'm just going to glue on here. And glue it on. Just lined it up at the bottom, and then I'll cut round the rest. What's going on here? And of course I should have done corner rounder after I'd glued this down, but of course that's it's never going to happen, was it? Right, quick slurp again. I'm not entirely sure that a cup of strong coffee is ideal for calming me down, but I think it tastes nice. Nope, I'm going to use my trimmer because I think that's probably going to give me a straighter edge. Might just do the top bit first. And cut this off as well. Just so I can see where it lines up more easily. Of course, I have not quite lined it up properly. That's it. And right, so let's cut round. Oh, where's my little scissors? There we are. I'll just go around these two corners here. And I cut it a bit short here, so I'll have to go around that again with the gold, and the other side as well. And I can't see it. Yes, it is. It's there. So I'm just going to redo this bit of gold along the top here. And that's what we've got on the back, which is lovely. I like that. Right, so just got a little bit of gold around there, and then that's going to go on here like that. Now I need to find some fabric to use to actually attach it now, don't I? So I will just pause for a moment while I go and fish some pieces out, and we'll make some decisions. So I did buy a new pack of fat quarters from Hobbycraft this year. I haven't really used them much so far, but I wondered if they would work on here. I've got a couple of them. They're rather pretty. They've got robins on. I quite like this. It's quite neutral. That is definitely an option. I'll just hold it next to it. So that's possible. It's not too clashy or anything. I quite like that. It's going to be hard to choose. I'm going to struggle. And I've got this one, which is a blue, which again, but I'm not sure the blue is quite right on here. No, I don't think, definitely not the blue. And then I pulled out one more option. It's more of a remnant of a larger piece of fabric that I bought quite a long time ago from an online shop, and I can't even remember which shop it was and I did use quite a lot of the fabric. I've used quite a bit over the years, and I used one for one of my early journal covers. And this is what I've got left, which is probably enough to do another journal cover, but I haven't. But it is just so beautiful. I don't think it's Him Holtz or anything. I don't know what the make is. But I just love this fabric. And I'm trying to decide, because it's got all the music on it and everything, and I do love that. And I'm just wondering whether to use a piece of that, because I think this is what I'm drawn to, but I don't know that these bits quite work with the rest. Or there's the other side, which hasn't got the music, but it's got this snowflakey bit, and I just thought maybe that would work, and it's got this bit of script. So I'm quite drawn to that. So yeah, I just want to make the best use of this piece of fabric that I can. So I had little scraps of it, and I've been using it in snippets and just eking it out really, but I probably could get it again, but I wouldn't even know what to look for. So I think I'm just going to, well, I'm not going to cut through her. I'm going to cut her off. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it would go on a snippet. That is something I have been having a bit of a play with my fabrics last week. I was making some clusters and some snippets. Now, let's see. I don't know if I dare tear. I'm going to cut it there and tear it, and then I might cut it down. Then I won't have an odd bit sticking out. And because sometimes when they tear, they sort of wrinkle up a bit. I'm not even sure this is going to tear. It's a lovely quality fabric. Let's try that. And I will just tear a piece off of the robins as well, just to try them out. Just to make sure I've got the one I really want. Okay, so we have this piece, which I think I will need to cut down, but I think the colour goes really nicely. Don't want to cover up too much of my joy to the world, of course, and it will go there. Or I could bring it up a little and get the snowflake here and still have a bit of it here. So that would look really nice on there, wouldn't it? I think it's going to have to be that one. I don't think this one works as well. It is nice, but no, I'm not going to go with that. It's got to be this one. So, let's just see how wide I need it to be. It's going to go there. Okay. I'm going to trim it down a bit now. Try and do it as straight as I can. Now, of course, this strip will be very handy for tag toppers and things, because I don't waste any of this fabric. And I think I will do it. I'm just going to cut a little bit off the bottom here. And I'm going to glue it there. And then I'll trim that off. And I do think that's beautiful. I love it. So yes, I'm going to put that on. I'm going to try using the art glitter glue, because my fabric glue, as usual, is giving me grief this morning. I've been trying to do a bit of work on the giveaway journal and adding a few little extra bits here and there, and it needed the fabric glue, and the fabric glue did not want to play. It did in the end because I made it, but it took a minute. Okay, let's pop this right here. Are we sort of straightish? Yeah, straightish. I think it was very ish, but I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to cut it just a little bit above. Another little snippety bit that will go on somewhere. Trim this a little bit. So we are getting there. It won't be finished, I don't think, in this video. I'll do as much as I can. But I'm going to want to add lace, and I know I'm going to need to put an eyelet here because it's going to be a flip out. So we'll put that there. Is that going to be too wide? I may have to trim this down a little bit. I just need to look at my other journal to see how much space I had. The issue is my flip out was this piece was a lot smaller on the other journal. But because I don't want to lose this, joy to the world, I know it's a bit daft, it's going to be a bit bigger. So I do need to cut down my fabric a little bit here. I have left myself enough to attach, so we're okay. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on here, straight on the fabric. Right near the edge. Are we straight? Pull it across just a little. Of course I think that is going to be the edge. I join it to the rest of the journal, so we may lose a little bit of this as well. But I do love that. I do. Okay. So then we're going to need a piece on this side as well. And I did pull out a piece, but I didn't know what I did with it. It's here somewhere. This keeps happening to me in my craft room. So this is another piece from the Fat Quarters pack that I bought. And I thought that would actually go quite nicely. This has got like little pine cones on it, so it's a bit wide still, but I thought it would go actually quite nicely there. So I'm going to attach that piece to the inside. Because otherwise it's not really holding it enough. It's a little wide, I think, just a little. I'm just going to trim it down a bit. trim it a bit better. Oh, what a mess. Right, so yeah, that's not very straight. So we've got that. It's a little tool actually. Okay, I am going to glue on this piece first. Nothing like a nice bit of soothing crafting to relax myself. It's what I needed really, I think. Do a bit of crafting. Spend some time in my room with my lovely friends out there. That's you guys, in case you hadn't guessed. And yeah, get my journal ready to play in, because I've got some photographs from our festive afternoon tea. And got anything else? Well, I took some photographs. Have I taken any photographs of the tree yet? No, but I will. Tree's looking really. Our trees, you know, I love doing the tree. I love it. I like lots of sparkle and lots of baubles. I do more baubles than anything. I do have lots of other little decorations, but I've actually saved those. I thought I'd see if the children want to decorate a tree. Alyssa will be here tomorrow, and I've got a 3-foot tree, which is it's about as tall as she is nearly. She's a bit taller than it now, but I thought if she wants to decorate it tomorrow, she can. If not, I'll do it another day, but I thought she might like to have a go and do it her own way. And then I've got a couple of little trees, just little tabletop trees, and I thought, well, perhaps Arlo would like to have a go at doing one of those. I don't know. I know he's been helping his mum and dad to decorate their tree, so I thought perhaps he'd like to put a few things on the tree. We could try that on Thursday, so I've left those bare. Right, so we now have a flip out. I won't have time today to do the pockets, but there will be a pocket on here, or maybe a side tuck. I haven't quite decided. See where the fancy takes me when I need to do anything in it. So what I'd like to do now is cover the inside. So what I thought I'd do, I was originally going to use the same papers, and I thought, well, actually, if this is going to be the first page of my journal, which I think it will be, there, so it's going to go on there like that. Open up. This paper needs to coordinate really, doesn't it, with this one? So let's see. I pulled out a few pieces and I put them somewhere. Oh, I put them in a little folder. And I thought, well, I might use some Roxy Creation papers on that. This is still, I think this is a piece from the Nostalgic Noel, because I made these before I got the new kit, so they're all mixing in. And I've got a few pieces that I thought I might try. So I've got this one. Whoops. This is these are all Roxy Creations papers. That goes quite nicely. I don't know, I'd probably use that piece. So that's, yeah, I quite like that. Let's just put that. So the colours go not quite well. But these flowers are really big, I'm not sure. But I do think that works. Probably give myself too many choices that actually do work. I've got this piece. No, not quite so enamoured of that one. And I've got this one, which is an older kit. This is because this is one of her document kits that I think I've only got the one of those, but I haven't used it as in a journal before. So that would go like that. And then we'd have a bit of Santa. And then this would be quite good because I could put a pocket here. And we'd still have Santa, wouldn't we? Right, so I'm kind of liking that, I think, but I also like the other one. So I'm just going to cut them both to size, and then I'll have to make a decision. Decisions, it's never easy. Never easy, because the papers are all so beautiful. So I'm going to mark that right here. And there. I'll cut that one down, and I'll cut this one down, and then we'll have a look at the two and see which one looks best. Right, so I've got this piece cut down, and I do really like it. Although I'm a bit concerned about where on earth I'd put a pocket. I could put something down here and cover her up, but I kind of like her there. I don't know. I feel like she could be on this could make another page, potentially. I don't know. Or I have good old Santa, which would go there, and then it would be very, very easy then to put a pocket. The colours aren't quite as good, but actually I like him, and I do like the idea that I could easily pop a pocket here, and I wouldn't worry about covering anything up. Or I could put a photograph on there. Yeah, I think I will do this just because it's that little bit more neutral. And I'm going to ink around it with my aged mahogany just because I think it needs it. I haven't done it on everything, but if it just feels like it's a little bit, just needs a bit of an edge, then I have added it here and there. Well, I will do. I think that will go fine on there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I love this one, but I think I might use it somewhere else in the journal. So let's move this aside for the moment, because then I've got to attach it, or maybe I won't have time to do that because I want to do the back cover as well. So let's just glue this on. How gluey is this? I think it's okay. So I'm going to glue in the middle. This is thinner paper than I use for these days because I've had this printed such a long time. It's only 80 GSM, so I'm hoping it'll be okay and will lie nice and flat. Oh. Got another one. Right, let's put him on here. So I did the glue stick in the middle and then I'll glitter glue around the edge. I think that seems to work quite well. Okay, so that's that bit done. And that's going to go like that and close like that. Okay, so that's the front. Now let's quickly have a look at the back cover, see how far we can get with that. Very conscious of time going, but I think I've got time to do that. I can find the piece of paper that I wanted. Right, so this is the piece I chose, and I did find this one. This one didn't get lost. Just checking, I have put the camera back on. Yep, sorry. Paranoia is my ever-present friend. Okay, so this is a little big. So I'm going to have to just trim it down a teeny bit, because I think I measured it right to the edge, and then I think that was afterwards I thought it would be nice to have a gold border. So that's going to go there. And there. Let's just cut that down. Of course, I cut off my mark. Put the mark on the wrong side, so that I then ended up cutting it off. Or have I? No. No, it's still there. Still there. Good. So that piece is going to go on here for my back cover. I think that's lovely as well. I love these papers. So, same as before. Glue stick on the inside. Oh, not with that glue stick, that's the dead one. That's not going to work. Where's my other glue stick gone? There it is. This glue stick. Glue. Right, it does make a difference, I think, using a good glue around the edges, and I paid a special attention to the corners, so it should glue down nicely. So that's the back cover. Now what I haven't quite yet decided is what I'm going to do. This is all picking, this is a bit rough on this corner here, on this edge. I haven't quite decided what I want to do on the inside cover. So I do have the other half of that paper, which is beautiful, but I'm not sure that's what I want. Did I pull out a piece? I'm not sure. So I've got a few pieces in here that I thought I might use. There was a piece that I had my eye on, of that piece, and some of that. So I don't really know what will be against it because I haven't finished obviously the rest of the pages yet. So I thought I might try and do something not too something a bit more neutral. I do quite like that. That's an option. So hard to choose. These collage papers are gorgeous. But I think I have used bits of these. I've also got this one, but it's a bit on the blue side. I don't know whether it's the way I print, whether it's my printer. It feels like it's come out bluer than I would have expected. But I think the colours are. It's a beautiful piece, but I'm not sure it'll go with what I'm doing. So, I think what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to cover it with this piece because I do like that. And then I can still put a pocket at the back. I think that's what I'm going to do because I think it's really pretty and it will go with a variety of things. So let's cut that down about there and right up there, and we'll cut just a smidge off the bottom there. I'm going to put that one there. And this is from the Crafters Christmas kit. This is one of the collage papers, and I think that's really lovely. So, and you could write a little something on there, on that page, you know, like a note at the end of the journal or something. Happy New Year or something like that. So that would be quite nice. Right, so this paper's all glued on. I really like that. I think that looks lovely. So I think this is going to have to be as far as I get today. I would have liked to have attached my front cover to the main journal. I would have liked to have done my eyelet and all of that, but time is against me, and I'm going to have to get real with myself. It's just not possible to do all the things I want to do. So there's going to be an eyelet here, in exactly the same way as I did with the first journal, because I really liked how that worked with the closure. I should be adding a pocket here. There'll probably be a pocket here, and goodness knows what else was going to go in the rest of the journal. I know that would go really lovely there, but it's not going to finish there. I've still got more pages to add. I'm probably going to do at least another one, just because I think I'm going to need it. I've got a few things coming up, although who knows how much we'll actually be able to do. But that's it for today. I've really, thinking about it, I can't see there's any way I'm going to be able to film my next 50 Stacks Challenge video before I go into hospital. I've got to get real with myself and think, well, I just can't do it. I've got too many other things I need to do before then. And I think I've just put myself under more pressure than I need to. So I think this is going to have to be it for this year. I'm sorry, it's kind of ended a bit abruptly before I really got going on this journal, but it's just the way things are. You will see me again because I'm going to be filming my giveaway video tomorrow. So whoever's entered whoever's entered it will have been drawn. hopefully, you know, if you're watching this and you've entered, you've got a chance of winning. You may even know, but you should know by now, because I'm filming kind of well ahead at the moment. I think I'm over probably about nearly 2 weeks ahead of myself still. So yeah, so that will be drawn tomorrow, and you will have seen it, and the journal will be winging its way by now, by the time you see this, onto its new owner, I hope. So thank you very much for joining me this year. I hope you've enjoyed the videos, and will come back to me again in the new year. I will not be filming anymore this year. That will be it now. And I will be back in the new year. I will show you how I've got on with this. I was meant to show you some of my previous journals, so maybe I'll do that with what I've done before, what I'm doing this year, kind of startup video. If I remember, that's what I'm planning to do. And then we'll take it from there. I will update you on the 50 stack challenge. I'm going to try and keep up with some of that in my own time, or we'll do some of it on camera in the new year, and I'll do a bit of catch up then. Who knows? But I do wish you all a very, very wonderful Christmas and a peaceful and healthy new year. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next year. Bye for now.